For everyone, I'm Priscilla and I am a clairvoyant energy healer. And yeah, I'm going to start doing some of these more regularly. I recently kind of blasted out some free sessions for new clients and I tested out with a small list and I ended up booking my schedule immediately for a week, but it's been so much fun and just connecting to all of the women has been great and I love it so much. And so I want to start having these group healings more because I feel like so much of the things out there, there's so much gatekeeping and especially when it comes to grounding and clearing your own energy, I think that everyone should know how to do that. And I don't think that's something you should have to book a session for. I think it's something that I want everyone that, whether you come to me as a client or not, I want everyone to be practicing that every single day. And so I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of techniques. And so I'll be teaching you a grounding cord. The grounding cord is what we do to release energy that's not ours. And then I'll be teaching you to run a little bit of energy. So we'll be running some earth energy and some cosmic energy and flowing it through our bodies. This practice, it takes about 5 minutes a day. And I promise everyone can do it. And the biggest thing about working with energy, right? It is intention. And so I don't like working with people that don't believe in what I do because just like I'm able to use my intentions and connect to your energy and work on that, your energy and your intentions can put up a block from that, right? So it's a two-way street when you're doing energy healing where it's like the more open you are, the more you'll receive, right? And so our mind is so powerful and it can block us from different things. And so that's another thing what I always say when people get nervous about working with energy, right? It's all about your intention, right? And like I in the beginning, just working with anything, I would get like this random little trigger of fear and anxiety, and I don't even know why, right? But it's with energy, right? If you're ever feeling like your anxiety is getting in the way, you're like, I'm getting blocked. My teacher taught me this, and it sounds really silly, but just laughing, having amusement. There are proper ways to do it, but anyone can do it. So I'm really excited to teach you guys that. And then another thing I wanted to go through today was how to hire a guide. We can hire guides to do different things. So I'll tell you just my first experience of hiring a guide was really silly. And that was for me how it was helpful for me to practice things that I didn't care about, right? And so I randomly got a job in a bakery part time. It was through my friend. She managed the store this bakery was in, and I have no baking experience. And so I hired a baking guide. I'm not gonna lie, I've become a legend in this bakery because I had no training and they're all like, how do you do these things? And there's a time where the first time I was like, I'm just gonna hire a guide. I was the last person at the bakery and I was cleaning everything up. Everyone was gone and the delivery driver ruined a meringue cake. And it was for this huge delivery, and no one was able to come back in but me. And apparently, I had to learn how to make a perfect meringue over FaceTime. And the owner was like, "There's no way you can do this. It's. I guess there's like three different kinds, and the one I was doing, did it perfect in I called in, I hired a baking guide, and I don't know how I did it because I had to do so many different things and I just made the perfect meringue. And so I started practicing calling in guides to help me at this bakery because it was a way for me to have a fun, like where there was no pressure on me, right? Where I didn't feel like I was kind of just volunteering to help because they desperately needed it. So I didn't feel any of this pressure. And so it was just this fun, lighthearted way for me to practice with it. And, we can hire guides to do anything. And essentially, when we're hiring these different spirit guides, right? We kind of all do this in different ways. Like you see players, right? They'll like get all their hype up energy, right? You can do the same thing with specific spirit guides. So you can hire a spirit guide that helps you study, right? If any of you guys have read my blogs, I call in a copywriting spirit guide before I write any of those. Some of my blogs I've written in 5 minutes. It just flows out of me. I set my intention, I call in my copywriting guide, and it just flows out of me. With guides, right? It's the same with working with energy, right? It's all about your intention and being open and receptive. So it's like you can block yourself. Like if you're telling yourself this isn't going to work, right? Your energy listens to you. And so that's why when it comes to people sending you bad energy, right? It's the same thing with the protection roses I'm going to teach you guys about. It's all about intention. Your intention is so powerful that your intention can also protect you. And so you just got to start practicing, right? But we can call in a guide. One of my clients, we hired a guide to help her speak at work. And so when I hire guides for people, the way that I do it is I will bring 3 different guides of whatever you want to hire. I'll read their energy, tell you their vibe, how I think they're going to be able to help you, and then you're able to hire them. And, when you channel them, right, you just want to get yourself into a grounded, meditative state. And that's what I'm going to teach you how to do. And it's just your intention, right? You just call on the spirit guide that you hire, whether maybe it's public speaking, maybe it's more confidence talking to your boss at work, right? Maybe you want to call in, I'm going to be hiring a dating guide when I start to date, where I'm like, I'm going to call someone in to help me on my first date. So the sky is the limit. And I learned this tool a while ago and I just kind of forgot about it after the baking. And so I've just been starting to incorporate it in my business. And I've seen things shift so dramatically, so quickly. And, it's really fun. And I'm just really excited to share that with you guys and show you how to practice that. So what I'm going to go through next is I'm going to teach you guys how to ground your energy. And I'm going to teach you the grounding cord. We're going to run some energy. And then after that, I'll be calling in your guys' energy. And I'm going to do a group healing. And with the clips and everything in the world going on today, the intention I want everyone to bring into this group healing is just what can we let go of? What can we detach from? And just set that intention of really letting things go. And one of the great things about doing group healings, right, is when we all bring this energy together, we can do really, really powerful healings. Another reason that I wanted to teach you guys about how this grounding cords works, these protection roses, right? The first time I saw this was actually recently. My nephew lived in Lahaina and he was there during the fires. And so I was giving a lot of sessions to my nephew, his girlfriend and their friends. And the way that I saw it when I was doing their sessions on like a clairvoyant level, it was like it's like an entity that was created it's like this collective, right? There was all of this collective of feeling grief and a heartache and shock and pain, right? And when you have all of these people connecting to this event with these strong emotions, it creates like this, like this entity of these emotions. And so I was really feeling that anytime I was watching news about it or reading about it, right? Anytime I started thinking about it, now I'm at a point where I'm so aware of the energy that goes in my body and I would instantly feel it. And so I just want everyone to learn how to disconnect from that, because with this war going on, right, and just seeing it on the left and right, it can be really hard to not see it, right? And we're empathetic people, right? It's very hard things to see. So I just want to make sure everyone has the tools right now to be able to disconnect their energy from that and just clear that out. And so you're able just to protect your energy a little bit more, because when we connect to those things, it can just bring in this energy, and it's so hard to avoid it right now. And so I just wanted everyone to be able to have these tools, right? So you can clear that out yourself, and I don't leave the house without it. And another thing I'm going to teach you is protection roses. And so when we use visualizations for energy work, having that visualization, right, it helps us set that intention. And some of you guys are going to be able to visualize. Some people don't see anything. Just set your intention. You can just use your mind to tell it what to do. So some people you'll see things coming up, right? And some people don't at all. there isn't a wrong way, and everyone has their different clair abilities, right? Some people are more clairvoyant than others. Some people you'll just know what the color is. Some people will hear it. And so everyone has their different strengths and ways of doing it. But for the training, I will be speaking from a clairvoyant level. But with these protection roses, the way that they work is it's just essentially putting an energetic barrier around your aura. And so it makes it so people connect to those roses instead of you. So I always have these on me all the time. I always make sure that they're fresh and ready to go before I get into a session with someone. So that way that you're not going to be connecting to any of my energy. And so this just puts a little protection, right? And so people aren't able to take our energy as easily. It also makes it so we can hold on to our energy easier as well. And so that's what I'll be teaching you guys. So to get started, I will have you sit down, have your feet on the ground and your eyes closed with your hands in your lap. I'll have everyone take a deep breath and just relax. You know, this tool is also so great when you're just trying to get into meditation, right? I visualize using a grounding cord pretty much like if I'm sitting on the couch and watching stuff, I'll just use this grounding cord because it just helps release any energy that's not yours. So what I'm going to have you guys do is, so it's a little different for men, but we have all women here. So we're going to envision a tube about hip width distance, a tube round, just like a telephone pole. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to send this deep into the earth. So imagine this tube, and sometimes you'll feel like if you notice a color, some people will see a color in their visualization. You maybe just feel like you know what the color is. You might even hear what color it is. Just whatever comes. If nothing comes, don't even worry about it. But what we're going to do is we're going to imagine this cord going deep, 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 deep down into the center of the earth. So we have a contract with Mother Earth to anytime we send energy down there that's not ours, right? Mother Earth will transmute that energy and take it back to where it belongs. So what I'm teaching you right now, it works similar to you putting your bare feet on the ground. When you're connecting your feet to the earth, that's what's happening. Energy that's not yours is getting pulled through there. That's why grounding is so healthy for you. But you don't need to be connecting to the earth to do this. We're able to use our visualization and send our energy because quantum physics, quantum entanglement, right? You can be on the 30th floor. You can be wherever you want, and we can always connect to the earth energy. So we're going to imagine just plugging this in to the earth. We're going a couple miles down. I always like to pick a crystal and visualize a crystal of the day that I like to plug mine into. And then once we have that plugged deep down into the earth, we're going to hook it over our second chakra. So that's just right about where our belly button is. And then once you get that hooked up on there, just imagine that there's a little button that you can press to turn it on. And when you turn it on, just let go and relax and just tell your body, release any energy that's not mine. And if you don't feel it, don't worry. Practice makes perfect. But for me, it usually I start to feel a little bit of a straightening of my back. And this is all we have to do to be releasing energy that's not ours. And we pick up energy from everything. And so if you're ever connecting to the news, right, with everything going on, this is a great tool. You can do it sitting down. You can do it while you're laying in your bed, right? You can add that grounding cord on wherever you want. And you have to just use your intention and just release that energy that's not yours. And so next, what I'm going to have us all do is we're going to pull up some earth energy. So we're going to imagine going into the center of the earth and just start pulling up some energy at the bottom of our feet, right? And just if you see it, you see it, or you can just use your intentions. You can use your inside, that voice inside your head, and just command it to start pulling up earth energy through your feet. And then we're going to slowly bring that up our calves, bringing it up our knees, down our thighs. And then we're going to have that meet that grounding cord and have that energy keep flowing up through our feet and down the grounding cord. So let's just give that a second to run. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to pull some cosmic energy through our crown. And so this cosmic energy, what we going to visualize going to the edge of the universe. Some people, for you, it could be God, spirit, cosmic energy, right? Daddy universe, whatever you feel comfortable with. So we're just going to go. For me, I just visualize going to the edge of the universe, and I just visualize just this giant star that is just the cosmic energy source, spirit. Honestly, it depends on the mood of sometimes what I refer to it as, but whatever your beliefs, whatever your comfort is, and you just ask for the perfect cosmic energy for you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to connect that cord, visualize that cord coming down from the universe and coming through that seventh chakra on top of our head. And then we're going to slowly bring that energy down our backs and just slowly let it trickle down. And then we're going to have it meet that grounding cord. And so you just use your intentions to keep that energy flowing. And I promise you'll be doing it. It's just trust, let go. If you don't feel anything, that's okay. Practice makes perfect. It took me multiple tries till I really started feeling it. And I promise once you get there and you feel it, you're going to be so excited. And just because you don't feel it right away doesn't mean it's not working, right? Sometimes if we're super stressed or have anxiety, there's so many different things that can impact why we're, not as sensitive to energy than others. It could be our body is just really intensely feeling something else at the moment, or something's overshadowing it. So what I'm going to have you guys do next is we're going to start in that root first chakra right at the base of your seat, where that earth and cosmic energy are meeting. And we're going to, with our intentions, we're going to take 90% of that cosmic energy and 10% of that earth energy and make the perfect blend. And again, you just use your intentions. Just tell your body what to do. And then we're going to slowly bring it up chakra by chakra. Just imagine the energy swirling in that first chakra. And now we're going to just use your intentions and slowly bring it up to that second chakra. Just keep bringing it up one by one. Bring it to that third chakra. Bringing it up to that fourth chakra, that heart center. Bringing it up to the throat chakra. Bringing it up to the third eye. And the third eye is just like behind your eyes in the center of your head. So if you do feel it, it could be a very weird sensation at first. And then imagine it just fountaining out that top chakra above your head, just fountaining and filling your aura. And we just use our intentions, tell our body to just keep running and flowing, keeping that energy going. And so we can sit in meditation this way for a few minutes. So while we're all in this energy healing, I forgot. So what I'm going to do right now is have you guys set an intention of letting something that we want to let go during eclipse season, whether that is a relationship, maybe holding on to something we don't want to, maybe it's a behavior, right? Maybe it's a trauma that we need to let go. So if you guys give me just a minute, I'm going to call everyone's energy in and start using some guides to start releasing. So while we keep running this energy, I'm going to bring in some guides and start healing. And I just want you to focus on that intention of whatever you want to let go. So now I'm calling in Michael, Archangel Michael. And so what he's coming around and doing is just helping release any of that energy, cutting any cords you may have, and just working on whatever that intention that you have is. Make sure you're still breathing. Deep breaths in through the nose. Now I'm going to bring in the angel Raphael. He's great as he's a great, very powerful healer, and send him to continue in helping with whatever we're releasing today. So while they continue doing that work, there's another tool that I'm going to teach you, and this is how we call our energy back. And so when we are connecting to these world events, right, we can be sending out a lot of our energy too, especially when we're feeling really strong emotions about it, right? Or if we're spiraling about someone, or just even thinking about someone, even in a positive light, we just always want to call back our own energy. And so the way that we're going to do this is we're going to visualize a golden sun above our heads. And so what we do with that golden sun is I want you to write your name in that sun. Just write your name. And what your name is doing is that is a magnet. So when you write your name in that golden sun and set your attention to it, it starts pulling all of your energy back. And then what we're going to do with our intentions is just ask the universe for any energy you might want to put in there. Maybe it's healing, maybe it's confidence, maybe it's focus, right? Maybe it's calm, peace, right? Maybe it's love. Just, you can call multiple energies in there with your intentions, whatever you want. We're just going to let this golden sun start filling up and give it a little bit of time. All right, so now what I want you guys to do is pull that golden sun with your intentions, whether you're visualizing or just feeling it, and crack it on your head just like an egg and let it slowly fill up your aura. All right, so I'll have everybody take a deep breath again, in through the nose. And then we're just going to come out of that. And just, you guys can open your eyes now. We will carry on. So what I'm going to do next is I was gonna, like, want to call someone on and help you guys hire a guide. So if there's someone that would want to go first, anyone raise their hand if you guys want to go first.
I will.
Okay, and how do you feel?
Sleepy.
Oh, and if you feel a little bit lightheaded at all, literally just tip your head forward and it'll, if there's any, because when you call in all of that extra energy, right? So, Sharon, is there a specific guide that you would want to hire? Is there something? Because yeah, we could have someone do confidence. When I first started doing my sessions, I had someone that I would call in every single time to give me confidence when I was, first starting to do my little my sessions in school because I would get so nervous, and you have someone tapped into your energy observing you, right? And I would get so nervous, and so I would call in my guide for confidence, and oh my God, it was amazing. So yeah, there's the sky is the limit. You can hire guides for literally anything you could really think of. I've seen people where they hire someone when they're looking for a house. So they hire a realtor guard or a realtor guide, or if people like with their businesses, they'll hire like a PR guide or someone that's helping them bring in clients, right? It's just all energy, right? So the sky is the limit.
Um, okay, so like we were talking the other day, I think the
Oh,
the pain management issue would be I need a coach or a guide that guides me to a
the
pain-free existence. Yeah.
okay. All right. So give me just a second and we will see what guides come through. All right. So the first guide that's coming through, she's very feminine energy. And she says that she can help you most when where it feels like she's going to bring in like a very calming energy, right? When it's starting to give you anxiety, because it feels like anxiety, right, causes a little bit of flare up. She creates almost this really calming energy that she brings in. It feels like very Mother Earth, very mothering, gentle, where it's almost like she wants to wrap you up in a hug with energy and just make you feel comforted when you are in those moments and really helping ease any anxiety. The next one that's coming through has a little more energy of kind of like, I would say, Meredith Grey on Grey's Anatomy, where she feels like very like go getter, I'm gonna help you, but it feels like almost like a rescue kind of energy where she's just like it feels like the energy of just like one of those nurses that is just super smart and on top of it, right? And where her energy and what she's saying, she's like, I'll help you pull you out of those moments where it's getting to you and really help you see past it. And then the third guide, it's a very masculine energy where it feels like almost like kind of like a very shaman healer where he feels very wise, like a great grandpa, and he feels just also this one feels very connected to that earth energy as well. And where he says that he's really going to help is when he can bring in stillness in these moments where it feels like this feeling of stillness and hope and just relaxation. Do you have any other questions for about them, or like do you need any more details, or is there one that you resonate with more than the others?
Um, Probably the second and the third one I resonate with more.
Okay.
Um, maybe the last one. Yeah, because it's not, I don't, yeah, my pain doesn't really come from an anxiety perspective. It comes from a medical condition. So I don't really get anxious about it. So I think that knocks the first one out,
All right.
unfortunately.
Yeah. And that's the thing is there's usually always one that we know immediately know, right? And then so yeah, let me get his name just a second. His name is Henry, and he looks like almost like medieval times, like he's wearing kind of like almost like a robe, and he just looks very He's a long, long beard and he looks very, just very wise. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to have your highest self and Henrik sign a contract so that you're able to call in his energy whenever you need it.
Okay.
All right. So yes, that is as simple as that. And so do your grounding exercise before, right? And then call him in whenever you need it to help you get through that.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Okay, yes, Eileen, who would you like to hire?
I would like to hire somebody who could give me that confidence, and the calm confidence, not the like nervous confidence, I guess. I would like calm confidence, being very decisive with decisions, moving forward with them and not questioning.
Okay.
Please and thank you.
Of course. All right, give me just a second. So the first guide feels very sophisticated, elegant, where she feels where there's almost like where the confidence feels it feels like almost ancient, where she just it feels yes, like elegant and ancient, but it also very like just sophisticated confidence, right? Like she reminds me of like Elf from Lord of the Rings energy, where they're just like that old soul that's been around for so long and has a lot of wisdom. And then let's see, what is the second one? The second confidence feels a little bit more fiery, but not too fiery, but it definitely feels more bold, where, it just feels very sure of itself, where it just and the energy that's coming forward where it's just like giving you the confidence to always know the right answer and just really feeling grounded and knowing where it's like it's not necessarily like big and loud confidence, right? But it's just like more of like direct confidence where it just feels like very quick and like just very like get to it, handle it kind of energy. Let's see. The third one, where it feels like a more like very intuitive, where it feels like a more calm and flowy, where it's just like kind of she has this energy of just where it feels like very Pisces energy, but at the same time, very confident and sure of themselves. Where it's like what's coming through from her is she's going to help you make your intuition a lot louder. And so she's really there to help you guide with that intuition. Is there any questions you have for any of them?
They all sound very lovely. I'm really going towards the last one, because I want to honor more my intuition,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes my questioning gets in the way of listening to that. But I'm also very intrigued by the direct, bold guide as well, because that's so not who I am.
Right.
But I'd have to say probably the third one.
Okay. I feel like the third one's going to be a good one for you too, just because it's going to, where it just feels like she's going to help really turn up your inner voice.
Yes, that'd be great.
And so her name is Khalees. Let me make sure I'm spelling that right. Gosh, Khalees with a C. So Khalees. That's an interesting name. And yeah, she's very, where it's like I can't really see what she's wearing, but she's like, it's almost like her dress is like flowing into energy. She's just very, very, very whimsical feeling. But yeah, she's there to, yeah, just help raise that intuition and really help you connect to that to make sure that, you're hearing that inner voice.
I love that. Thank you.
Of course. I did realize I did forget to teach you guys how to do the protection roses. So I need to do that because that was one of the big, big things I wanted to do with you guys today. So for protection roses, what we're going to visualize is a 10-foot row around our aura, or I'm sorry, a 10-foot rows around our aura, and we're going to put one of every color of the rainbow. And so what these roses do is it just helps screen out some of those low frequencies. And the way that the roses work is once they're full of energy, they stop working. And then also the stronger your intention, right? And the stronger your energy, right? And so it's great to get into that grounded state before you do it, where you run that earth and cosmic energy. And, it'll take a while to get stronger at them, right? Where when I first started baking them, my roses would last like an hour. And so you just keep doing them, right? The more you practice, right? The stronger your intentions. It's just about letting that energy flow through you, right? What you do is you visualize these 10. So our aura, if we make a T, right, and do a little spin, that's about where our aura is. And so we just want to imagine these big 10-foot roses, just every color of the rainbow. And then we just envision the stems just grounding into the earth. And the last thing we do with those roses is I want you to think of a picture of yourself. Maybe it's a picture from when you were 5, whatever, just any picture, right? It doesn't even have to be an actual picture. It just has to be yourself. It doesn't have to, where you just wanted to put energy on the outside of that makes you happy. Like visualizing you happy in the center of every one of those roses. And so when we visualize these roses and put that energy out there, we're just using these roses as a way for us to visualize and set that energetic protection, right? And using that intention, right? And so when we choose, we could technically do something that wasn't a rose, right? We could, whatever we feel really resonates with us protecting it. But just the important part is making sure that you ground and visualize it grounding into the earth. So you're grounding that earth energy. And it really does help keep some of the energy from coming through to you guys. And, it's always about intention, practice, 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 and being open. When I first started, I would doubt myself, right? I would get anxiety, and just remember, it's just practice takes perfect. And it's all just about trusting yourself and letting it flow through you. And I promise it does get easier over time. And then you'll start to feel it a little bit here and there, and you'll get really excited, right? Yeah, if anyone doesn't have any questions, I'm probably going to wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And also, if I just want you guys to know if there's anything like a topic you want me to blog about, or you guys have something you want to work on for a webinar, I think it might be every other week, but I might try to host something like this once a week where I just dive into something specific in the energy world where, just keep teaching you guys about different tools. And so if there's something that you would really like to learn about, I have like a list of like 100 different blogs that I'm going to write eventually. So yeah, just please know that you can always ask me questions. I'm just really passionate about teaching everyone about this, and I've been having a lot of fun doing it. So yeah, thank you so much. And I hope you feel so much better. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. All right.